Welcome to Francesca's Tales of Haunted Scotland. Do you have a Halloween birthday? It is said that people born on the 31st of October can also see and communicate with ghosts. Is it your birthday? And have you been aware of presences around you? Candles are used widely on many levels within the magical world. But did you know it is symbolic? If the candle flame suddenly burns blue, it's a little heads up that there's a spirit around. Also, if a candle suddenly starts to smoke, it's a good idea to get a piece of white paper and hold it, not set fire to it, but hold it above the candle and move it randomly. You might be surprised at the images the smoke produce on the paper. Now, I wouldn't be being a true Scot if I didn't talk about some local hauntings to me. And Scotland is full of amazing tales. And I would love to take the next year and tell you all about them. But, linking into Rosslyn Chapel in East Lothian, Rosslyn Chapel was built in the 1440s for the Prince of Orkney, Sir William St. Clair. But it was built on the site of a previous battle in the 1300s, where the smaller Scottish force not only beat off a much larger English force, but they did it 3 times in one day. Now this brings its own legends. First of all, Rosslyn Castle is said to be haunted by a large hound. Now apparently one of the lieutenants of the English army had his dog with him. It was a battle dog. And as the knight was slain by a Scottish knight, the dog then subsequently haunted the poor Scottish knight, followed him around, baying at his heels. Could you imagine that? Rosslyn is a curious place, a place I've visited many times. And because of the intricate carvings, every time I go there I see something different. But there are things in there like carvings of maize, and things that you would never expect to see, because this was pre-America being discovered. And yet one wonders, because of the strong link to the Knights Templar, if perhaps they discovered it first, but just didn't let on. When we talk about Rosslyn Chapel, you might think, where do I know that name from? In recent years, it has been linked to Dan Brown's book, The Da Vinci Code. Very interesting aspects, and bringing in links with the Templars and the Grail legends. But one of the more interesting links, from my point of view as a local, is the Apprentice Pillar. Now, there were 2 pillars commissioned to be done to help support the chapel. The master mason had been sent some drawings from Italy, but he wasn't confident to work to the best advantage from the drawings, so he decided he would go over and he would learn from the masters. In the meantime, the young apprentice looked at the drawings and thought he would be doing his master a service if he started to carve the pillar. Now he carved the most phenomenal pillar, and you can still to this day see the Apprentice Pillar. When the master mason came back and saw how beautiful his apprentice's work was, he's reputed to have flown into a rage, struck the young man and killed him. There's even one of the carvings within the chapel itself which seems to depict a young man with a wound in his head. Nowadays, and for a long time now, people talk about the spirit being seen crying adjacent to the Apprentice Pillar. So is it the young man? Is the story true? Only you can guess, guys. but that is reputed to be part of the Rosslyn history.